My shortcomings, God has never stopped providing me with the tools to pull myself from a ditch. And I don't look at these struggles as bad things. In fact, I think they're really amazing because I get to look at my spiritual armor and see where there are holes and where I can refortify. So let me pass on a few well-intentioned steps and recommendations that I'm going to be using as I step away from my lifelong Catholic mission and that you can kind of use during the summer. And it's a really sweet and cheery sales pitch acronym, SANG. Standards, accountability, network, and goals. Standards. Every year when I start my Bible study, I hand out everyone a little moleskin journal. And welcome into the concept of a spiritual dear diary. Even if you don't have a journal, take out a piece of paper, do a self-assessment, see where you are right now. When you feel yourself slipping, pull out this piece of paper. When you're at your spiritual highest, you can kind of compare where you're slipping up if you're happy with where you are. Keep them safe, and that will help you fight those little blues. Accountability. One of my secret agent weapons is Carmen Garcia, who I don't see, but she's been my spiritual prayer partner since freshman year, and I found so much fruit in the ability to have an accountability partner, and I'm always floored because nothing's better than saying, I'm going through that too. You get it. Because we're not perfect. Surprise, surprise. Network. Quick survey. Who's met Pontus Leonardson? Yeah, he's the coolest guy ever. And if you haven't met him, let me give you a little rundown. He's awesome, he's chivalrous, he's spiritually righteous, and he loves chick flicks, and he has the coolest Scandinavian accent ever, mostly because he's from Sweden. So he is the one person I know that God put in mine and Julian's life while we went to Sweden. Pontus may have been one of the most infectious souls I have ever encountered. His vigor and devotion always had me striving for more, and he possessed a care and genuine concern for truth and correct living. Don't cut off from the community. Don't go off the radar. And don't forget to touch base with the ladies and gents that you are reaching out with. God gave us the church as a whole. We are a living body, and even if it's not the same people, surround yourself with those people that are going to hold you to a higher standard. It is the way to keep on the right path. Skype is free. Take advantage of it. You don't have a whole lot of excuses to not stay in touch. Satan desires for us to feel alone. He wants us to be in that dark pit where we're scared. No matter how long the hallway is, no matter how dark, God's always left a door open for us somewhere. And goals. When I'm stepping away from this community, I really need to shift the focus away from seeing this as a time it's going to be hard, but as a time where I can look for spiritual boons and progress. If you're not familiar with the mind, body, and soul goals, they're exactly what they sound like. So they're not too hard. It's easy. Make some for yourself. This may come as a shock to you, but there are going to be some trials over summer and after you graduate. Let it settle, and we'll go on. But they're not going to be eternal struggles. As I said, no matter how hard it seems, they're really going to be brief. You're not abandoned. What my future holds is a stressful job, but I love it because it gives me an opportunity to interact with some really cool international work. But I plan on making sure it's not my life, because that's how you can slip into some of the darkest periods. And you have to stay engaged with your faith and your community and stay strong. I am planning on relaxing my hold on the future, which is hard, but also letting God take the lead. So it's holding loosely and waiting patiently. Take the time when you struggle to use this as a spiritual blessing. You're examining your weaknesses, and you're steeling your armor. You're going to refortify. Put your toe in the water when you're moving on from this community and responsible for surrounding yourself with the networks that you need. You need to know yourself and know what you need to keep yourself accountable. There are no excuses. It's learning to be proactive and alert. I'll leave you with one final verse. I love this. This is like the coolest book ever. 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verses 3 through 7. Major credit goes out to God, who's the Father of our boss Jesus, the Liberator, the God who loves you passionately and puts his arm around you like a dad who understands. He's always there for us when it all goes pear-shaped, because when we qualify to put our arms around someone else, he's lost the plot. You're well clued up to the hassles of following Jesus, but as struggles, stakes go through the roof, so do the stats for comfort received. If we're stressed, it's for you guys to do you good, to liberate you. And talking you through the action replays of God pulling us out of some hole does you guys more good. It proves you can handle more than you thought. It inspires you. We believe in you. We know you guys aren't just going for the easy life, but you signed up for the full package, the hassles and the hugs that come with being in the crew. And you guys are going to hear now from what was voted by several independent sources, the best class to share mimosas, month-old muffins, and freezer-burned bagels with. And they're going to provide some really great insights as to what they're planning on doing next year to stay solid.
Hi, everybody. So Olivia just mentioned Lifelong Catholic Mission and what we all are planning to do, those of us who are graduating in a couple of weeks. And so I just actually signed my first employment contract on Friday. So I'm going to be teaching at Paul VI High School in Fairfax. Thank you. So yeah, you can start calling me Mr. Sylvain if you want, because I got to get used to that. So it's going to be kind of weird, because I'll be teaching 11th grade English, American literature, and so, you know, most of these people are just going to be like 4 years younger than me, which is going to be kind of weird. But I'm excited about the opportunity. It wasn't something that I really thought I'd be doing even, you know, a couple months ago, but I really think that it's you know, an opportunity that God has given me to enter, to kind of continue some of the ministry that I've been a part of here, to be a part of I'm excited to be a part of a Catholic school. I didn't have the, I wasn't blessed to be a part of a private, you know, Catholic school before, like I know many people here were, and so I'm excited to be a part of that, to be working in an environment which, you know, not only doesn't just accept but encourages faithful practice, and so I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm just gonna grab my notes here. At Adoration on Friday, I wrote down a few things that I plan to keep a kind of my prayer plan, and just my plan for living out my lifelong Catholic mission. You know, especially over this next year, but really, you know, for the rest of my life, because it's kind of nice. I get to kind of transition from this community to another one, which isn't going to be quite as awesome as this one, but at least it's a Catholic environment. And but who knows after next year where I'll be, and so it's important, I think, for all of us, you know, now